Okay, I'm going to teach you today how to make a healthy pizza. And what I have here is a Boboli pizza shell. It's a whole wheat pizza shell. And the sodium flow on it for the whole shell is 290 milligrams of sodium. So you can find this in where you can find the pita bread. There's white shells, but we're going to stick to the multi-grain or the whole wheat because it has a lot more nutrition in it. So I have my shell, and what I'm going to do to give it some flavor is actually I'm going to put some garlic on it. And garlic is a natural antibiotic, and it's healthy for us. And if you're Italian, I already know that you like garlic. So I'm going to spread some garlic on there. It can be minced garlic, it could be fresh chopped up garlic. This right here is just a garlic spread that I have. I used it on a different recipe, and it's what I have in the refrigerator, so I'm going to use it up. And I'm going to spread that around onto my shell evenly. And then another thing that I like to add is olive oil. So I'm going to pour that on. Not too much, you don't want your shell to get soaked with it, so we're just going to put enough on there to give it some flavor. And olive oil is a good omega fat, it's a healthy fat, and that's good to have in our diet as well. Okay, so now I have our pizza shell, the olive oil, and the garlic. Now I'm going to add spinach. And we know that Popeye ate spinach because he wanted to be strong for his olive. And there's a lot of good macronutrients in spinach. I actually eat spinach every day. And believe it or not, it has some protein in it, and it's healthy for us. It's actually a beauty food. So if you want to stay beautiful forever, eat your spinach, as Popeye would say. Okay, you want to kind of be, you know, a little obnoxious with your spinach, because what's going to happen is, you know, when you cook spinach, it shrinks up into nothing. You can have a whole bag full, and all of a sudden you only got a little bit of spinach. You're like, okay, who stole my spinach? All right, so that looks good on top of the pizza. So what's going to go next is I like onions and peppers on my pizza. So I have here an onion. I'm going to show you how to dice it and put it into our chopper. So I've already peeled the skin off of it. Now I'm cubing it. So I've got it cut into fours like this. And then here's my chopper. And I take my chopper, I open it up like voila, and then there I have little chopped, diced onions, okay? And then another thing that I like besides my onions is peppers. Now when you have a pepper, you want to get as much out of it as you can, so try not to waste the top. So what I like to do is just take my knife around the top of the pepper like this, and I pop off the top. Okay, so this part I can use. Then I just pull out the center like this. Okay, that's my center. Pop out the seeds. I'm going to chop this, and then I'm going to cut this into fours like I did my onions. Okay? Now, since I'm putting this on my pizza, I'm just going to go ahead and use the same container. When I'm all done, I'm going to finish chopping up my vegetables and putting them in separate containers so I can use them for something else. Okay, so this little chopper makes life so much easier. This saves so much time. And if you're cooking for several meals, then what's going to happen is it's already going to be chopped up. You don't have to spend that time doing it anymore, and you're going to have lots of time to work out. Alright, so here I have my peppers and my onions, and this is also going to go on top of my pizza. So I'm going to spoon it out and sprinkle it around, just like so. And I like lots and lots of vegetables. I go pretty heavy with it. Just remember, this is all good nutrition. This is what's going to make you lose your fat pounds, build your muscle pounds, and keep them beautiful for a long, long time. And it's going to decrease your risk of heart disease, blood pressure, stroke, all those nasty things, diabetes, okay? So I stopped by the store today because, as usual, I'm just running myself thin. I've got clients and boot camps I'm teaching. Sometimes it's just easier to buy chicken that's already cooked. It's actually cheaper. And I bought a rotisserie chicken, and I actually already made sandwiches out of this, and I made a rice bowl out of it too. So out of a whole chicken, I've made about 6 meals, 7 meals if I divide it up. And for myself, this pizza will last me a couple days. So I've got my whole week just from that one rotisserie chicken. So I'm going to add my chicken next. And I got the Mojo chicken, of course. I have spinach in my Mojo chicken. And I'm just going to put that on top, just like so. And when you bring your chicken home, you've heard people say, oh, I'll have the pulled chicken sandwich, or all you're doing is you're pulling the meat off the bones. Don't be afraid of those bones, but when you put the whole chicken together, it is so yummy. Okay, so there's my chicken. So spread on the whole pizza. Okay. Now I have mozzarella cheese, and I buy a great big bag of it from Sam's Club, and it'll last me a long time. So I'm going to sprinkle my cheese on there. Now, this is mozzarella. It has protein in it, and it's a dairy product, but it has calcium and other good minerals too, or nutrition, I should say, for our bodies. Okay, so there's my cheese. So I've got all that, and look at that. Perfect. Now, what I also like to add is fresh ground salt and pepper. Now I have my peppercorn here. I got this at Sam's Club. It was like $4 for this whole thing. I've had it probably for 4 or 5 months, and I cook every day. But the reason why I use the grinder is when you let your pepper sit out that's already been ground, it will actually get moldy. Especially here in the state of Florida, it's always humid and there's a lot of moisture, so your pepper molds real quick. If you have it and it's just peppercorn, when you grind it, there's no chance of having mold in it. So, and then it tastes so much better. So I'm going to grind my peppers, corn on here, and I like lots of flavor on my pizza. Okay, and then the other one that I have is sea salt, and I got this at Sam's also, and it was about the same price. And again, it's freshly ground, and if you have high blood pressure, this is a better choice. This is more of a alkaline salt. Table salt is more acidic, and that causes more chances or higher chances of disease, and it will increase your blood pressure as well. So sea salt is a better choice. Let's put a little bit of that on. Okay, so now we have this whole pizza. And this whole pizza, if you were to calculate the calories and the sodium, would equal 1 slice of Pizza Hut pizza. There's about 1,500 milligrams of sodium in just 1 slice. Here you probably got maybe 200, 250 milligrams of sodium, and then the calories are close to 1,000, 1,200 calories, and this whole pizza is that. So the difference between eating healthy and unhealthy, you can see just by calories and sodium, and the fact that you've spent $20 on a pizza that's going to last you a couple days, that it isn't so healthy for you. And I've probably got, if I were to break all this down and I divide how much I've spent on groceries for this, I probably have $6 or $7 in this pizza. I don't know why the light just burned out, but that's kind of freaky. But anyhow, this is our pizza. While I was preparing this, I put the oven on preheat at 350. So you're going to bake this depending on your oven. I bake mine about 25 minutes. I like my crust to be a little crunchy and the top to be just a little lightly browned. So go ahead and try this. You could be creative, add different vegetables, add a different type of cheese. Sauce, you want to stay away from your sauces because it's high in sodium and they're high in fat calories, and we want to avoid that. There's going to be so much flavor with these types of pizzas, though, you're not even going to miss the sauce. I also like to use shrimp and different types of seafood, so don't be afraid to be creative. I'll go ahead and post the recipe along with this video, and I hope you enjoy.